Hey guys, it's Wolf Maiden, and today I'm kind of excited because I'm working on a commission for a friend, and I bought some yarn for the first time that was hand dyed. So this is my first time using hand dyed yarn for a project, and the project is this shawl that looks very much like ferns. This pattern is called the Pinna Shawl, and it does a really good job, in my opinion, of mimicking fern fronds. It also looks a little bit like moss, I think. You could use this for a vegetation-covered character or monster, and I think that it's kind of a really cool LARP accessory. The pattern isn't free, but I think it's well worth the price. It's a pretty easy project, actually. The worst part about this project is having to put stitch markers on certain parts of the crochet project so that you can attach different parts of it together on different rows. But it utilizes a lot of very basic stitches, so it's not super difficult in that way. It's just more, you have to pay attention to what you're doing, and it is time consuming. I think it took me like 14 work hours to finish, so it took quite a while, but the results were more than worth it. So check out the website madebyhaleybailey.com. She's got a bunch of really cute crochet patterns and hand-dyed yarn to check out. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to open this yarn up and I'm going to start using it for this project. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So first I got a beautiful little note with the care instructions about the yarn and a sticker. So here we go. Oh. So this is the color Olivine in Classic DK. It's made of 100% superwash merino. All right. And this is how it looks. The colors are meant to look a little bit like moss. Let me open the other one up. I'm just looking at these in the light and looking at their colors. They're so rich. A little bit of orange in there, which is hard to see with all the green. It's just a touch. Yeah, I'm excited. So this is not going to be a tutorial. I am just making this item. The pattern will be down below if you'd like to make one yourself. And this is the same yarn that it recommends using for it. So that is what I'm using. And yeah, I'm very excited to start this. I can't wait to see how it turns out. So the start of the project was making little tiny leafy bits, and I just went ahead and started doing that. I found that this yarn was much easier to use than like acrylic yarn, which is what I'm used to. And I made this for my friend who wanted to be a forest monster, a leshen, I believe, which looks a little bit like this. For anybody who's not familiar. Those little bits turned into these. And then I got started on the next part, which was the fronds themselves. And so I did that one by one. And it was starting to really look like ferns as I went along. I find that I like having really long projects that I can just continually work on. And I was working on this very often. There was a lot of looking at the patterns, looking at the numbers, making sure that I got everything correct. And I had to undo quite a bit as I was learning how to do this. My concentration face as I was working. Got really into it, concentrating very hard. So the lighting doesn't really do this project justice. But as I went along, I was noticing that the bits on the end were curling. And I read ahead and was realizing that when you spray and pin this project and flatten them, they will turn out a little bit more like how it looks in the pictures. So this was sometime after I got appendicitis that I was able to work on it again, and I got really far. A little bit tangled, but it looks really cool. I think backwards it looks like more like moss, but when it is front facing, it looks more like ferns. So depending on what you want to go for, you could do the back side for moss and the front side for ferns. Or that's what I think anyway. And at this point, I was heading on the final stretch, so I was very excited. I absolutely love doing this project, and if anybody is interested in commissioning this, feel free to message me on like Instagram or Facebook or email me or whatever. I would love to make one of these for you. Also, I do have my Etsy shop open, although it doesn't really have that much stuff in it. I don't have all of my products on there, but I've got a few. So if you wanted to get yourself a custom crochet shawl or a cute cottagecore bandana or even a cord belt, take a look. I'll have the link to my Etsy shop down below and a code for you to use for 15% off. So now back to the project. I laid it all down, sprayed it down, flattened it, cramped my hand up. It was fun. And I let it sit overnight and a little bit more time after that to dry completely. There were parts of it that were still curled up a bit, but for the most part it looked really cool. And as per the instructions, some of the curling makes it look a little bit more natural. And now for the reveal. I think this turned out so great. There's so many ways to wear it. This way I think makes it look most mossy when it's pulled together in like a scarf. And it looks so pretty however you wear it. Forward facing, back facing. You can put your arms through the in-between spaces of the ferns. You could wrap it around your skirt even, I imagine. You could drip it on your arms like this. You wear it sort of like a scarf and have it hang down your arms. It's just so beautiful. I took a few pictures. I would have worn more medieval things, but because of my surgery, I'm still a little worried about putting anything on my stomach, and so I just wore more plain clothes with these pictures that I took. And I think they turned out pretty well. And I just had to add this bit because it was just my favorite way I was wearing it. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.